Okay. Hello, everybody. A little afternoon challenge. Ben and Larry. Just give me a second here to pull up the comments. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys, got the comments up. Ready to rock. Just a friendly afternoon set here with Larry versus Ben. They just started first break. And they're playing 8-ball for this first set. Take what you make. First game for Larry. That's a nice run. Second break here. And it's take what you make. A little bit of a clustered table here on the left. This is going to make it a little bit tougher to run. Yeah, Jeff, I guess I could fix that. We actually were experimenting a little with something here, not trying to use the dollar signs. See if that helps with us getting our streams blocked. Just trying to do a little experiment and try not to use the dollar signs, but I will fix that.
I'll try it here.
Good try by Larry, good contact. This is the first time Ben's been able to get to the table, so. And sorry if I'm talking a little soft, guys. I'm literally like 6 feet away from the table, so I don't want to be too distracting. Everything nice and wide open for Ben. That wasn't a problem. Good cleanup.
Where's the cue ball going? There's the cue. I live closer than that breakout.
Sorry?
I live closer than that breakout.
Thank you guys for joining us this afternoon. Just a little afternoon action. These guys just itching to play and
Just got too straight.
be competitive, and
Yeah, no,
I'm up like a foot or more.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
$50
no,
sets, trying to keep it friendly.
I had too much angle. And then I overcut the ball.
even if you like another inch, you can do the breakout like you tried
Yeah.
instead of the real better way or whatever.
Next time I'll have Ben shoot it for me.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Oh, try break for Ben. Semantics, Corey, semantics. It's morning in other places. Nice little bump by Larry. Open up the 15.
Here we go. This is close as it gets on the valley.
Wait for it.
Nice little run by Ben Francis. Get one ahead. He makes it look so easy. Good morning, Tram. Joining us from the Philippines, C. Corey. Morning. Hey, Paul. Thanks for tuning in. No, Marshall, he's got lots. I think this is just one of the faves. Paul, the mic is not under the table. However, we're planning on getting it redone here fairly soon, and if that happens, we are going to foam the hell out of the inside, see if we can take the thunder out. It is quite loud. But that's the goal. We're going to try and tone down the thunder. It's very quiet down here because we can't have the music on because it won't let us stream to Facebook because it just tracks the music algorithms. So it's a little quiet in here. Hi, Norm. Thanks for joining us. Oh. An opportunity for Larry to even it up. Larry's going to take advantage of the ball in hand and pick off that one ball. That was his trouble ball. Everything is wide open here. This shouldn't be any problem for Larry. Corey, he'd much rather have me commentate than the music anyways. Well, opinions vary on that. But it still makes it super awkwardly quiet in here. And I kind of have to whisper. Larry's right on the 50. A little harder, a little softer, he would have been all right. That's a good shot. A little back cut on the 8s. Just got to watch the scratch here. Nicely done. That's another one for Larry. Just keep it even. Guys, I just got to check on something. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry, guys. Just had to go do some intermittent momming. Back on track here. Score on the board is correct. Looks like Larry's going to require a little bit of a bump on the 1-4. I don't believe either of those balls will go unless you're short side. So those are going to need to be opened up slightly. See if he can get it here. Well, he hit it. Not as open as he would have wanted. I think the 8-4 is wired to the corner. Just a question of if he can get on it. Nope. So good news, bad news for Ben. He's back at the table. But that 8-ball's a little tricky. It does go short side to the same pocket as the 12. Jeff is asking if take what you make is if it's becoming the new standard here in Alberta, or if these guys are just playing something different. Kind of. I don't think it's the standard, but it's just one more challenge. It's like saying no early 9s or 10s in 9 or 10 ball. Just makes it a little bit tougher when you break and you make a couple balls. If you have to take a certain suit, it's just one more challenge. Doesn't make it so easy. Nice cut by Ben on the 8-ball. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, you weren't here and leave me too much with that cut on that one. So I figured you were gonna do the sticking back there.
Want the pocket is much better.
Thank you guys for joining us. Just a little afternoon action set. Two very accomplished players here locally in Calgary. Tend to match up a lot, and these guys are just itching to stay competitive. So it's good to watch them play. I just turned on the comments for the YouTube guys as well, so I am following along the YouTube chat. Hello, James on YouTube, joining us from Lincoln City. Thanks for joining us. Michael on Facebook is asking what the numbers are in the brackets after their names. That's their Fargo rating. Both these players have very well established Fargo rates, so they should be fairly accurate. Corey likes the take what you make. I think it just adds one more element. Like it just takes away a choice, right? You know, if you break and make 2 high balls, but there's a cluster, you don't have a choice to go low ball. You know? So it's just one more element to the game. It was pretty tight past that 10 ball. Oh, sorry, that's the 12 ball. Pretty tight. So Ben's kind of in a do or die situation here, because that 8 ball is a sitting duck. Jeff, the 8 ball is still neutral after the break, just depending on the rules that you're playing. If you're playing BCA rules, it is not neutral, but if you're playing VNEA rules, it is still neutral. I tend to think that BCA rules are becoming a little bit more popular, though. Just depending on the players. Hi, Louie. Thanks for joining us. That was a nice little shot by Ben to get behind that ball. Not having to use the 8 ball pocket. One of our super fans, Todd Metzmeyer. Nice to see you. Things are going well. Going really well for Ben. Up 6-3 on Murray Welper. At this caliber here, guys, you don't get a whole lot of second chances. If you get back to the table a second time, you're pretty lucky.
You have to shoot just your low ball. Because I always hooked myself on. I'm either hooked on them or have no shot or I just miss it. So I went for the 7 ball.
That would be a
Corey's saying that the NEA is really huge in Calgary, which it is in Alberta in general. VNEA is most popular for leagues.
Yeah, like more though.
A lot of the leagues play by VNEA rules.
After I make them.
Majority, I would say.
Yeah, that's a good format.
But when it comes to gambling or playing sets and stuff like that, I feel like BCA is a little bit more popular. And the big leagues in Alberta, within Calgary and Edmonton and Red Deer, kind of like the three hot spots, the league players are dual sanctioned for VNEA, BCA. So it's just kind of 50-50 in the preference of the players, which rules they kind of go by. He did, Leonard. Unfortunately, Ben is the type of player where if you make a mistake, he'll make you pay for it. Like I said, both these players very well established, very advanced players. But in the same breath, if you make a mistake, they are going to capitalize. Ben needs to cut this 10 over and not sink the 8. It was a touchy shot. He knew it. A little touchy, risky. Larry's just looking to play the safety here and go defense. Lots of distance, make it tough for Ben. I actually didn't mind him taking that 4 ball to this bottom right corner because that 7 ball makes the pocket much bigger. But this is okay too. I think sometimes if you get overly aggressive, that kind of kills you too. Thank you, John, tuning in from Florida. Pool is definitely not dead. The streams are limited here, especially coming from our area. Alberta's still under some pretty strict restrictions. Pool halls are not open yet, so we are patiently waiting. No tournaments in our area, so unfortunately, we're just trying to make the best of it here. A few home games. Trying to stay in stroke. Ricky's saying that he can't wait to see Steven play again. Steven, I actually haven't seen play for about a year. I'm sure he still is. He still is playing. Steven actually used to live with us up until just when COVID hit. He actually moved back home to BC. be closer to his parents. So he moved back to Fort St. James. So as you can see here on this table, this cloth has seen its fair share of balls. I think Stephen probably hit about 1 million balls on this table. But eventually, once things start to open up, I'm sure we will see Stephen again. Oh, well, there you go, Ricky. You probably know more than me. I actually haven't talked to him in quite a while. But we hope he's doing well. I know he's keeping busy. You're lucky, John. I've heard there's some monster tournaments happening in Florida. And Florida actually didn't really even shut down at all through this whole last year. So you guys have been fortunate. We, however, have been under strict conditions up here. We had our first lockdown in March. We opened up slightly in September and then locked back down again in November. And now things are starting to slowly open up, but everything is under, maximum capacities of 25%. Pool halls are still not open, so if you are not lucky enough to have a table at home, you have not shot pool in probably close to a year. Jordan says buckets. This is a valley table. It's definitely not a diamond. If I had the ability to get myself a diamond, I would definitely take advantage of that. But this is what we've had, and we've kind of upgraded to the Pro Cut Ridgeback rails, so not as buckety as you would think. These pockets actually play pretty good. The rails are great. The pockets, I believe, are 4.5. Nice touch by Larry. Just needs to avoid the traffic to get on this 9. Hey, Jared, nice to see you. Gary says they're not Ridgeback rails, but I'm pretty sure they are. That's what we asked for anyways. Jarrett, it was actually Lou Cerule who actually did this table just a couple of years ago. Maybe 3 years ago. Oh, undercut the 14. Jordan in Missouri, everything is still open. Lucky. We're waiting. Everybody's waiting with bated breath. I can't imagine the turnout we're going to have as soon as we can arrange our first tournament. Alberta is kind of a billiard hotspot. Tons of good players. And these guys are just dying to get back to it. Thank you, John. I believe we should be back to normal fairly soon. We're hoping anyway. Ben was trying to work that 7 ball out a little bit just so it's easier to get on. Just getting shape on that 7 ball is a little bit tricky, that's all. Of course, Jarrett, thanks for checking in from the office. And I don't know if I've ever told you before, but thank you for your service too, Jarrett. I know that you work a lot of long, hard hours in the health services department. So we appreciate you, buddy. So Jordan was just at a tournament in Poplar Bluff. Billy and Skylar show up along with Hennessy, Rob, and Johnny Archer, and many more. Well, that would have been a great tournament to be at then. Lucky. Okay, so an opportunity here for Larry. Just got to pot this 8-ball. Ooh. 6-5. Sorry, guys. I was one behind on the score. It is 6-5. This is rack number 12. Larry to break. Oh, Jordan. Yes, you're right. I did see that. I think the whole pool world saw that, and it's unfortunate. But we wish Billy the best. I think the one important thing to take away from that whole fiasco was that, you know, these players are also human, and they'll make mistakes and they'll lose their cool. Unfortunately, it also comes along with repercussions, so I'm sure Billy will come out on top. We're going to see off the rail off the 5 here. Oh, don't get in the way. That was unlucky.
Do it again off the same ball?
This is a little harder. I'll call it in anyways.
Roll for it up there.
I think my 2 cents on that whole debauchery is that I know people have cell phones and anyone in the room could have streamed it and gone live with it and whatever, but they don't have the platform that the streaming company does. And in my opinion, He could have done some damage control and just muted it. It would have saved a lot of heartache and missed the combination. But it would have saved a lot of heartache for Billy. However, players also need to realize that they're also in the spotlight, so how they act and react and carry themselves comes with a cost, good or bad. And, you know, honestly, maybe that was the wake-up call that Billy needed. Because I feel like there are probably some improvements that he can make on himself. And if that was the wake-up call that he needed, then I think he'll be all the better for it. Ruzi, I think you've got a good eye there. That is new. And he hasn't played much with it, so he is still getting used to it. He's coming from a custom cue. So he's been playing with a custom cue for ever. I want to say 5-7 years, maybe more than that. So it is an adjustment. And this cue here, he actually won. So it was a great win. That's going to make it 6-6. Racing to 3 now. He did win this cue, and it came with an 11-8 shaft. And I think that he was going to trade it for the 12-4, and I don't know if that has happened yet. So, still kind of getting used to it. Jarrett's saying maybe there's another lesson about being sponsored and playing side games and stuff while being in sponsored gear and on the stream. Well, I can see what you're saying, but I don't know. Pool comes with all this baggage. I think if you're a hardcore pool player, it just comes with those things. It comes with the gambling and the action and whatnot. And that's what makes it interesting and fun. And this is where these players come from. So to strip that from him, I don't think is fair. From what I hear, he didn't know he was on a streaming table. I mean, I just think that if you're doing that, you have some responsibility to know what your capabilities are. And if you're not able to conduct yourself appropriately, then you don't do it. But like I said, I think that, you know, it's a wake-up call for Billy. But in my opinion, I think that the streaming company also had, you know, I mean, really, all it took was a push of a button just to mute it. Like, don't turn the cameras off or whatever, just mute it. Oh, that was a nice shot. Good shot by Larry there. Nice little touch. Oh, there's Jeff Wanless. So Larry did trade. He has the 12-4. But he hasn't been playing a whole lot since he's had this cue, so he's still getting used to it. And if you ask me, he's playing pretty sporty with it already, so. Oh, big bump. Does it get the window? He's not looking too hard at it, so he must have the shot. Just got to avoid the traffic and get on the 8. Which he does nicely. All right, so Larry is up 1. Ricky, we're actually talking about Billy Thorpe, and he went through a little bit of a controversial event about probably a month ago, maybe. And it ended up him losing his Q-Tech sponsorship. So if you do a search on it, I'm sure all the information's there. It was everywhere. Thank you, Jared. We try to be professional about it, and I think we have an obligation to somewhat protect the players when something like that happens. Try not to get it too out of control. I'm of the opinion that, players have responsibility on how they conduct themselves. However, if we want the game to grow and we want bigger sponsorships and all that kind of stuff, then, we need to kind of work together, because that won't happen if that stuff is all over the place. Jared on YouTube says he wants to get in next. He's going to put his coin up. Listen, Jared, I mean, this is just like a home table. We're just trying to kind of keep it friendly and whatnot for the time being while we're still under restrictions. But once things open up, these guys are down for action. So if you're going to be in the Calgary area, definitely shoot us a message. We'll get it worked out for you. Or the other option would be these guys can play ghost challenges as well. You can play virtually. Just go live with a set and maybe play X amount per point. Throw that out there too. That would be awesome. Our favorite Ginger throwing in his 2 cents. Rooting for Larry. Larry was trying to open up that 3 ball there and missed it. So plan B would be unknown. Just going to try the follow through. Follow it in. Did not work. Good news, bad news is that he didn't leave Ben an easy opener here. Picks off the 9 ball nicely. That'll get it rolling here. right guy. He is still a killer. He's still ahead. Larry does play great. Like if you notice, there's quite a gap in the Fargo, and these are very well established, 664, 728. And Larry can keep up with the big dogs, and he's not afraid to play for some sets, so which is why I think he has gotten so good over the last few years. Ben does make it look very easy, though. Ben's trying to keep it even.
I had to talk myself
I
out
know,
of it.
I was watching, like, and I think I just go for it. 'Cause
I looked. And play like a two-way where I leave you this angle. I don't leave you that ball, I leave you an angle where you're crashing here. That's a terrible idea too. Just make it.
Along with the game comes, you know, the explanation afterwards. Pretty standard.
Yeah, I thought you were good. But it's hard. You don't want to like just stick.
No, I
My
hit
ball
half.
to hit half.
Yeah, if I hit a full, I'm dead.
That makes you second guess the spin a little too, right?
Thank you for joining us, guys. A little CSL After Dark. We've so named it. It's gone over pretty well. We're going to have some challenge matches coming up. We have some players coming out of the woodwork just itching to get back on the table. Ben's just having a hell of a time with his break tonight. Not getting a ball. Guy says, screw it, I'm cheering for Jeff Lawnless. Good call. Kind of a messy table here. Some work to be done. Larry's just taking his time here, carefully planning his escape. If he can get shape on that. That is the 10 ball in the bottom left. If he can get shape on that, that opens up the 13. Like so. Just cut the 10 over, opens up the 13. Just need to think about the weight and where the 13 is going. Well, he got it out, but it didn't land in a great spot. The 11 is now blocked to the corner, I believe, but we'll go to the side. Ooh. Wiped its feet slightly. That was a nice little shot. Nice little shape shot by Larry. Just chose to go into the 6 full. Use it as a stopper for the 13. Oh no. All that work.
So I was talking about.
You would have won that game already, yeah. Rackham. Hate about that. You're due to make one, that's all it says, you know.
It's harder than the rest.
Yeah.
Larry's going for the kick. Trying to kick the 8 in the top right.
Oh, great try.
He wasn't off by much. And you are right, Warren. I say that often about him. He makes fun of me because he says I keep saying that. You know, he's the most improved player every year. And he says I've been saying that for the last 3 years, which I probably have. But he's just worked so much on his game and improved so much. So Larry did all the hard work, opened everything up for Ben. All of Ben's balls are wide open and go to a pocket. It's all table mapping now.
That's up to 3 balls.
Just want to confirm the score, guys. Give me 1 second. Score on the board is correct. Warren, he did, and that was, speak of the devil, he actually played with Billy Thorpe. That year he played Scotch with Billy Thorpe in BCA. It was like a pro-am
Hopefully that's not what we're playing next.
Scotch doubles type thing. Played really well. I think they won it, actually.
Ben has to play 10 ball. There's only 9 on the table, so.
I got to play 10, so I got spot one.
Right, James? Me too. That's my specialty. Let me just hand my opponent the back door. Benny's just fighting with this break tonight.
How will I hook myself on this 8? Wow. Gotta feel it.
There's always when there's a will.
Not easy for Larry here either. He's got a little bit of a couple of balls to work out. So good news, bad news for Ben is that he's not shooting, but it's no gimme. No easy run for Larry either. was a fancy little shot. And worked out very well. Some awkward cueing here. Those are the hardest bridge shots. Nice shape on the 3 ball here, but I don't know if you can hold it for the 4. You might have to go all the way to the top rail and back down and back up. Or just make it. Get shape on the 8. Nice shot on the 8 ball. Good out. All right.
You don't try to play shape on the 8, you get shape on the 8.
Just what you wanted, guys. Hill match for the first
There's no
set.
way it'll get hooked here. I didn't expect to make both balls. I just wanted to hit and hope, really.
Start over and double the bet.
We could.
Back it and jack it, as Billy would say.
Say?
Back it and jack it.
Same race, or do you want to do
I don't care.
11?
Yeah, let's do 11.
Okay.
Let's take a little break though.
Yeah.
It's just gonna confuse the viewers, but what do they care?
I don't care.
Are we breaking right now?
Yeah, we're gonna take a little break and then we're gonna double the bet and start over.
Was that 9? I thought it was 8.
8-8, yeah.
Rolling it over.
We're rolling it.
Oh, I
Bounce
see.
for 100.
You can just leave it running. We'll be
Okay.
quick 2-minute break.
So instead of the winning game, guys, they are rolling it over. Starting on a new set, they are going to go to 11, I believe is what they just agreed. And they're going to jack it up. So they're going to start fresh. Instead of playing the hill game, they're going to double the bet and go to 11.
That's fine.
So we're gonna leave it rolling, guys. We're just gonna take a quick time out. That's probably a better place for that.
Stick your hand out. Get here and
So give us a few minutes, guys, just maybe five minutes or so, and we'll be back with the next set. Don't go away. Okay, guys, we're back. Sorry. Just had to do a little momming in between.
His idea was to play this game.
There was one drive that that was like a no-brainer.
You too.
We both had, and then we
All right. We're back, guys, and I brought Grant with me.
I'm here. What's going on, everybody? It is way too quiet in here. These guys are way too serious.
Here you go.
I've been
It is unbelievable. It's quiet. There's nobody really giving the ribs to these guys. They're just kind of freewheeling, being all quiet and serious. This is not a side of Ben and Larry I'd care to see. It was Hill. Yeah.
The first set was raised to 9 for 50. It ended up going hill, start over, and double it. So now we're at 100 for this set. And they were saying
By the end of the night, they'll get to 3 or 4 maybe.
they were going to jack it to race to 11, but they decided to just keep it the same because it was going to take too long. So they kept it at 9.
What's going on, Gary? How are you? My good man, Pete Robertson. Tuning in from Australia, watching these two be so serious. I'm sorry for that, Pete. It just doesn't matter anymore. I am the problem child that you had to bring back. Yeah. What's going on, Mr. Silva? I got a little bit lucky. I won't lie about it. The first set I didn't play very well, and then the start of the second set in between took some Advil and started to feel the effects of no pain, so caught a gear and played well. So I'm gonna let Steph run the scoreboard. I'm just here for pure entertainment purposes. Nothing more, nothing less.
All right. Give me that thing then.
It's all you. I'm going to turn around and face these guys so they know that I'm watching. So they can get this serious look. Look at Larry. He's got this serious look on his face. What the heck? No smile, no nothing.
He's focused.
Sometimes your focus just needs a little bit of smile. It's like this Francis kid that keeps walking up to the table.
I'm playing someone I haven't beaten in 12 years. Give me a break.
You what, sorry?
I said I'm playing someone I haven't beaten in 12 years.
He's playing somebody he hasn't beaten 12 years. That's your own doing. So if you're going to do stuff like that, then you may as well have fun doing it.
You know, it's fun winning.
Oh, it's fun winning. You picked the wrong opponent then. Had you chose me in that race, there's a better option or a better, you know. Easier action. I'll say that. And by the way, how is everybody doing tonight? We got only 134. Come on, y'all. Let's get some action going. Smash it up, share it up, tell your neighbors about it, get them out of COVID boredom.
We were over 2 before the break. He's working on it, Jim. Going to a Predator with a Revo is much different than playing with a Mickelson,
Yeah, a little bit.
but he's doing well with it.
Noticed that your game playing is 25% better playing a player than playing the... That's because the ghost is out for me, man. Mr. Corey. I've come to the conclusion that the ghost does not like me at all. He's not my friend, not here to be my friend. He's here to test me in every way, shape, and form that he can. Of course, it could be a she ghost. We're just not sure. Nice little shot there from Ben.
It's just going to be a little tricky. He wants to use that 10 ball to get shape on the 8 ball,
Ideally.
ideally. He doesn't want to have to take that 10 ball right now, but I think he's...
You could play the 9 off the 6 if you were adventurous to the bottom left-hand corner.
I don't even know if you have to play it off the 6. I think you can just back cut it in.
Could.
But it's touchy shape.
Gotta shoot the window. Drops it. And he's on the 10. Swish, as Mr. Francis says. Just used a little bit of the pocket.
Good weight.
Yeah, really good weight.
He's got a little bit of angle here, but that 4 is going to help him stick for the 8.
Ooh, over pumped it. A little bit. He's
little
got the
heavy.
bank, I think. He's up for lunch.
He didn't have the bank. It's going to give an opportunity to Larry here.
Interesting format that they decided to play 8-ball take what you make. I'm a fan of it. I like it.
Just takes a little bit of ease out of the break. One less option.
That's potentially a challenge, right? Where
Yeah,
you're
for
not
sure.
always gonna be able to go after the easy run, if there was such a thing. Nice little touch from Larry there.
That is the 8 ball by the left rail. If you guys can tell, 4 ball on the top.
Six, 1, 8. Could play 1, 6, 8, whichever he decides. A roll up. I feel like I gotta put on my golf voice.
I think you should.
Maybe I gotta move my mic closer to my mouth so everybody else can hear my golf voice. God, these guys are taking this way too seriously.
It's for 100 bones. It's 100 stickers.
But it's $100. I don't know if y'all can hear me if I use my golf voice.
I can hear you. We're literally like 6 feet away from the table. I don't want to be too distracting.
No, I do. I don't mind being distracting. Where'd all the comments go? Where'd everybody go? Y'all out there?
Everybody else is being quiet.
Right? Everybody else has got their golf voice on.
Yeah. Good break by Larry here. And he makes low ball, which I think is the easier suit anyways.
Well, and especially now with 2 low ball down. Nice shot, gets the breakout. Does he get rewarded? I'm going to be shooting from downtown.
A little bit of distance here, but
Yeah, he's in on the 4, I think, or the 1. Don't think the 2 goes. Uh-oh. Didn't want the rub on the 11, especially when it sticks its nose in the game. Takes away the pocket for the deuce. When did this whole, what's it called there at the bottom? All the text, voice to text.
oh,
When did all that happen?
I don't know.
Oh, nice shot.
I think it's automatic because I tried to turn it off and I can't get it.
Must be like a Facebook thing now.
Yeah, it is.
What's that called again?
Closed captioning.
That's the stuff. Is this winner or alternate on the break?
Alternate, I believe.
Oh.
Too much thinking on the shape.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta make the ball.
I don't know if he was clear whether he's going to go to the left or the right side of the 8. Opportunity for Ben to get himself on the board.
At 13-15 is gonna make it interesting. It goes, but those are always risky.
I think he just uses the 9 ball.
Open it up.
Mm-hmm.
Possible.
Might have to use the 14 now.
I think he just goes for the combo here.
Yep. Looked a
Don't
little
matter.
more off angle than what I thought.
It don't matter for Ben Francis.
Right? Benny doing what Benny does. Could go forward 2, draw 2, leave below. Lots of different options.
He's able to get on the board.
And in true Ben Francis style, gets out on that table in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Power stroked it in. Just wants to loosen up a little bit.
How did you do that, James? Let us know. The low deflection shaft got him.
It's possible. Like I was saying earlier, Larry's played a lot of years with a custom Mickelson, so a custom cue versus going extremely low deflection Predator. He hasn't played a lot either since he's gotten this cue, so he's still getting used to it.
Break is not being good to Mr. Francis, I see.
Breaks have been tough tonight.
Hard to come by. They're still taking this stuff way too seriously. Look at that. Larry doesn't even crack. It's not a nothing. That dude is like laser. Laser. Well, I can't hear you.
Grant's got his earmuffs on.
There. Oh,
He
that
just
hurt.
slapped himself with it. That was funny.
There, now I can hear both. You had to tell everybody I just slapped myself in the ear with my own earphones or headset. Thanks for that.
That was awesome.
I'm sure. For you. And for Ben, because I see he chuckled at me. I was just trying to flip one of the earphones over or ear whatevers. And I snapped myself in the head with them.
That was good entertainment.
Of course, Mr. Stoneface over there, he didn't even crack nothing.
He's busy.
He is busy. Still going to rib him. They do the same to me. They all knew. See, this is why, right? They're trying to be all serious because they know they do this stuff to me. And when they saw me come down, they're thinking maybe if we act like we're serious, he won't do the same to us. That's not happening. It is too quiet down here. It's rare. Not used to this anymore. Steph is whispering.
Because I'm trying not to be distracting. And you went the other end of the spectrum.
I did. I went in the opposite direction. Nice little shot there.
A little stick for the 8-ball.
The hit and stick. For some reason, our comments are not coming up when you guys type them in.
Maybe reload the.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Why not? Back out of here. Go back here.
I just close
Do
the
that.
program. Let the.
You just redo it. There you go. Just like that. All right, y'all. While Larry's racking, hit it, smash it. Back up to 180. We were. You guys were up at what?
220.
220.
Something like
Let's
that.
get it back there. That's more exciting. That's more fun. The more, the merrier. Can help me harass Ben and Larry. Whatever jokes you want to sling at them, you just type them and I'll sling them. I'm bigger than both of them, so neither one of them worries me too much.
Larry's off to a good start here.
He sure is.
I don't think.
I heckle like Ben. I heckle based on score. So I can't really heckle Ben right now, but Larry, you got it coming, buddy. That's what I get. Mm-hmm. I see. Eventually, I'll be good for your game, Larry. You'll learn to tune me and everybody else right out.
I already do that.
Steph's got that down pat.
Larry's called a safety here. Doesn't have a good clean shot.
That a boy.
Changed his mind. He's called the 9 ball. That's a great shot.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Ben would have made you pay for that attempted safety.
Watch out, Grant, this cue ball might hit you in the face here.
There he is. He's coming alive.
There he is. He said something. He threatened my life with a cue ball, but he said something. You know he would have punished you with that safety.
Yeah, sometimes he freezes me up pretty good. Most likely he's right.
If I was a quarter inch to the left, I would have frozen you to my ball and sunk your ball in.
I liked your odds of making that 9.
I thought I'd get shape if I made it.
And then just see what happens once you get over there.
I think it was the right shot to go for it, if my opinion counts for anything. I got the hecky, but where's the Jackie? She's sitting there. She just doesn't want to heckle anybody.
I'm too nice.
She's maybe nicer than I am. If you call it that. But I mean, when I'm out there playing, they both heckle me pretty good.
Always score dependent. Right?
Always score dependent. I've got to do that. I got to follow suit with Ben. Because I know when I'm sitting out there playing and both Larry and Ben are on the mic, I get heckled. I get harassed.
But believe me, it happens. Be relentless.
But you see, here's the deal, Larry. You may not have ever commentated on one of my CSL After Darks. However, Ben has. Right now, I can't heckle Ben because I heckle the same as Ben does, being score dependent. Therefore, by very default, I have to heckle you to let him catch up to you so then I can heckle him.
Then it's quiet when it's close, and then it's loud at the beginning.
Right? That's how it is. That's how commentating works here. CSL After Dark. At least when I'm on the mic or when Ben's on the mic, I would kind of expect the same with you on the mic.
Swish.
There were tire marks left on the table by that little skid. And if anybody out there is curious, I do have my Tim Hortons coffee, so I'm good to go and heckle pretty much all night.
Awesome.
and the crowd goes quiet.
Hopefully, we'll have lots of games to watch.
Hopefully. We'll see. Depends on how these two feel, I guess. Looks like a fairly decent run out by Benny. And I'm only saying fairly. Let's see
it's
that
quick route.
breakdance move. Uh, isn't that true, Edward? Hey? The heckling in return is done in equal proportion to what is given. And I know Larry, he may sit there and try to be all innocent and stuff and think, oh, no, I have never heckled.
Larry's really good at
He's
those
gonna-
one-liners.
Right?
Larry's really good at those
Yeah,
one-liners.
he may not do it while on the mic. But outside of the mic, he's given me a couple of good ribs. And I'm not talking like beef ribs, because that would have come from Michelle. But he has certainly given me a few ribs every now and
Larry's
again.
also a good cook, though.
Larry is a good cook. I'll give him that. Better than me, because I don't cook. And then there's Ben.
I cook pretty good too.
Ben made a ball this time.
If there's one guy in all of CSL After Dark that ribs me a lot, it's definitely Ben. Right?
That's how you know who your friends are.
That's it. That's it. If Ben didn't rib me, I would wonder what's going on. Like, do you even care? Can I call you a bro or not? No, Derek. Sharking's not allowed.
Hustling's no allowed. Sharking's no allowed.
Adam, my man, you can come down anytime you'd like. I think it would be a lot of fun. There could be some heckling involved. I can definitely see that between you and I. But I think it would be fun.
Ben's on track to make it even here.
Who's Edward? How are people responding to him? Yeah, these guys are APA 4s. Edward, bring your cash, son. Who is he?
Edward watches all the time. Because Trevor was asking if these are B players.
B players. No.
No, definitely not. I don't even know how APA rankings work.
It's really quite complicated. APA. Their scoring is complicated. The ranking system is somewhat complicated. It's really something you have to kind of put a lot of work into.
Well, we have, we in Alberta actually don't have a very big, it's CPA here, Canadian Players Association, APA for the States. And we don't have a very big CPA following here. There's one up in Edmonton, I think, in
It's actually not in Edmonton. It's in Sherwood Park.
which is just
Jinx,
outside.
you owe me a coffee.
Poke Grant in the eye. But we don't have a very big CPA league here. So we're not too familiar on how APA works. I know that you have to keep track of safeties versus misses, and that the handicap system is a little bit truer as far as I hear. But I'm not sure what the ranking system's like as far as like a 7 or an 8 or
Yeah.
a 1 or a 2. I have no idea. Which is better,
I have
a
no
1
idea.
or a 2 or
I have no idea.
a
There's
6
a
or a
lot that
7?
goes into it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Edward. Oh, that Edward. Edward, disregard my comment. It didn't show that it was you. But yes, heckle away. Just make sure you keep the albino out of the subway. Indeed. That's key to all games, whether you're playing 8-ball, 9-ball, or 10-ball.
Trevor, we're in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In the Great White North. Jeff's got it. Jeff says they would be 9s and 9-ball and 7s for 8-ball APA. So Jeff is from the Edmonton area, so he's a little bit more familiar with the CPA and the rankings and all that kind of stuff.
What's going on, Lou? And I will always have to heckle Larry, just because it is Larry. But you know what? I got to give credit to Larry. He's taken a few heckles from me, especially over the last. How long have you played bingo for here? A month? A month and a bit?
He's a quitter.
Something like that.
Larry's a quitter.
You know what? In this case, I applaud you for quitting, Larry. It is the one time in life that I can be happy to say that Larry quit at something.
Larry had the bingo bug for a month or so there. Figured out he didn't like the odds and quit. He quit on us.
He did. Smart guy right there. Got suckered in by you ladies for a little bit, but then came back down to the man cave.
Can't force the willing.
Well, I will say he was very willing to play.
It's fun.
It is not fun. It is anything but fun. Larry, is bingo fun?
Yeah, it's fun. Oh. Losing's not fun, and all you gotta do is
Oh, Larry, I gave you an open door, and you slammed it in my face.
it's fun until I started getting mad, and then I quit, right? So
Right, so right now is bingo fun.
I thought I could win.
Right, but right now is bingo fun.
No.
Good man. There's the right answer.
Larry rage quit.
He did rage quit. Trevor says, I wonder what my Fargo is. I can actually find out for you, Trevor. You, according to Fargo, do not have a Fargo rate. Oh, Lan, there is no such thing. You have a picture of me helping while Steph went out to check the weather, but certainly not a picture of me playing and having fun. Who won the first set? They tied it up in the first set. This is the extended version. So they went hill in set number 1. This is now set number 2, and they bumped it up to $100. Bingo is fun, like watching paint dry. I would agree with you. Check your father's Fargo. What's your father's name, Trevor? Score is 5-3, Larry.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Come on, scorekeep. I gave you one job.
Wow. You're one to speak. You're the worst.
Well, Trevor, if your dad is Mike Siegel, and I'm talking the Mike Siegel, then why are you not playing in the CSL IPL Pool League? There's my question.
shape on this 6 ball.
You're 17. That won't stop you from playing in the CSL IPL. CSL IPL is a worldwide league open for all players. It is playing the Ghost at this point because of obviously the pandemic, but you can check it out, cslipl.com.
I like how Larry got on this 6 ball. Didn't have very many options there.
Thanks for tuning in, Shelley, watching from North Idaho. So typically with Q Sports Live, now I'll talk a little bit pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, Q Sports Live, we were live every weekend or dang near every weekend. We traveled all across Canada and the United States doing all kinds of events, right from juniors straight up through to pro events. And if you go onto our Facebook page, hit the like button. That'll give you access to all of the past broadcasts in our library. And there's, I'll say, somewhere between 8,000 to 10,000 streams that are in that archive or in the library that you can go and have a look at. We've done BCA Vegas, ACS Vegas, so on and so forth. So we used to travel around pre-COVID a lot. Done a lot with the NAPT. And now due to the pandemic, obviously we were pretty silent there for a while. We've got somewhere around 44 or 45,000 followers. And with the pandemic, the way that it has been, what a great shot.
Great shot, Larry.
I had to interrupt where I was going with all of this just to compliment Larry. I don't want him to get a complex that I never compliment him. Anyway, yeah, so 8 to 10,000 follower or 8 to 10,000 different live streams in the archives. Myself and Ben Francis are the main guys that you'll hear on the mic. Except with CSL After Dark, as of late, it's more been Steph than anybody. At the start of the pandemic, that's where we put together the Q Sports Live International Pool League, hence the acronym CSL IPL, and lots of players in there having a good time.
I didn't hear anything drop for Larry there. Ben quickly jumps out of his chair.
So all of that to answer your question, Shelley. That's kind of who we are and how often we go live. As of late, for the CSL After Dark is now what we've coined this, because we're not live at a pool hall. We're not really live anywhere other than right now in my basement. And so we've just coined it CSL After Dark. We decided that once we had the league up and running, that we wanted to kind of get back to our roots, getting on the microphone again. And so we started with CSL After Dark, try and kill some of the COVID boredom. My heckling is on point, I think. Although I've had, a good number of years to play pool both with and for and against both Larry and Ben. So I know them quite well. Both know that I'm going to heckle the heck out of them. So, but again, that's got to be based on score. So right now, Larry's going to get the brunt of the heckling. But I had to throw in the compliment because that was a nice bank on the 8 ball. Larry's saying, finally, you finally compliment me.
Ben was looking to open up that 5-9, missed it.
Yeah, 100%, Jackie. As soon as things go back to normal, if it goes ever back to normal, we'll definitely be out and about again. we're hopeful. We did hear a couple of weeks ago that there may be a tournament in BC. BC is all open. They've got all the pool halls rocking and rolling. So obviously that's based on certain restrictions of capacity and so on and so forth. But we did hear that there is potentially a pool tournament that we may be able to go out and do some streaming with. Nice little safe play from Mr. Francis there.
A little defense never hurt anybody.
Right?
Yeah, Larry's got a pretty standard bank on the 5. I like this shot here. 'Cause even if it doesn't go, hopefully it hangs and blocks the pocket for Ben's 14, 15, 10, 15. Can't quite see the color from here.
Yeah, Trevor, I would say yeah, if all your pool halls are open, consider yourself lucky for certain. We got a flash of an opening between shutdown 1 and shutdown 2. Maybe 3 weeks, a month, somewhere in there.
It was
Maybe a
almost,
touch more than that.
It was almost 2 months
Was
because
it?
we started league mid-September, and then we were shut down by November,
Yeah.
end of November.
Yeah, month and a half ish,
Yeah.
somewhere in that neck of the woods, maybe 7 weeks. So we got a little bit of a tease for getting back to life as normal, but not as of yet. And thanks, Jackie. We definitely appreciate the compliments. We do try, and we make our best efforts to bring you the best of what we can. Yeah, 7 weeks. There you go. Thanks, Paul. And we're all hoping that it does go back to normal. We'd love to get back down Chicago. I'd like to go back to Chicago again. Would love that. Go back down to Vegas for VNEA, BCA, ACS. Where else have we been in the States? We did the Forebears Classic. I do want to come down and play in Derby. I know Ben does too. Florida is one of the only states where everything is open for sure. I did hear that.
Yeah, Florida never shut down.
I think they were shut down for a little bit, but I think they're
I think they
back
were
full open.
supposed to, but they didn't.
Maybe. That could very well be the case. It's hard to follow. There's
so
52
much.
states, I think, in the States.
So much information out there, and
Yeah.
every state has got their own set of rules, and
Yeah,
it's so
same
hard
as
to follow.
same as Canada, right? Every province has their own set of rules, but
We don't have 52.
yet we don't have 52. Georgia's wide open as well. I did hear that there were some announcements yesterday, I think, where some of the states are getting rid of the whole mask mandate, and
Oh, is that right?
everything is starting to open up again, which is great. That's definitely headed in the right direction. And just so all y'all know too, when typically we're doing live broadcasts, you'll get a lot more of the play-by-play and what everybody's doing. But being that this is in my basement and these guys are about 6 feet from me, trying to do a play-by-play commentary style really isn't in the cards at this point. We are looking at changing that, however, because we don't know how long we're going to be in lockdown for. So we're going to find a way to build a commentary booth that keeps us kind of out of the way.
I might just put you in a box.
You could put me in a box, but the problem is I have a loud enough voice where the box probably wouldn't work.
I think we just get like a
And
refrigerator
knowing you,
box
yeah,
for
but
Grant.
knowing you, you'd just tape it up and then put cement
Roll
around
down the
it and then
stairs.
drop me in a river. But yeah, that's it's not our typical live broadcast.
Texas is no masks.
Good, Texas.
What are the numbers like in Texas? What are the numbers like in Florida and Georgia and Texas where masks are not mandatory?
Sorry, Paul. I got to keep it real. It's great to hear that Texas and Florida and all these places in the states are opening up. That's great. And if I lived there, I'd be loving life. However, I'm not. I have to deal with the reality of what we're dealing with here in Canada, being run by one Mr. Justin Trudeau, and what rules they enforce. So, reality says, we've got stage 3. I think stage 3 numbers, but they're only allowing us to open to stage 2. Better than New York, New Jersey, California. This is true. This is true. Just go somewhere else and watch from the video stream. The problem is then all my commentary would also be behind. So you'd be wondering what the heck I was looking at.
We could get wireless mics and just stand outside the window.
And freeze? Are you crazy? You know we live in Canada, right?
You'd
So
freeze. I'd be all right.
You'd be fine. You'd be out there in shorts and a t-shirt. I wouldn't. I was not. Somebody, listen, when I was born, somebody messed up the purchase order because I was meant for southern weather. I was meant to be born in the States. Somebody somewhere messed up the purchase order, and I was born in Canada with snow and cold. And at this point in my life, if I ever see snow and cold again, it'll be too dang soon.
I don't know if it's better, Patrick, but I definitely heard bigger.
That is definitely the saying. Even us knuckleheads know that.
I heard like your meal portion sizes are massive.
Bring it. It sounds like, see, that's where I was meant to be. I was meant to be born in Texas. Give me a Texas size meal. Right? Texas toast, Texas French toast, Texas French toast with eggs and bacon. Now we're talking.
That's all the same bread, though.
Still the same. Still good. Big. Gotta like it.
That's only one example.
Okay, who's from Texas? Patrick. Patrick, help me out. Ribs, barbecue.
We have good barbecue here.
We have great barbecue here, just not in Texas-sized portions. And I know this because Ben was in Texas. He met, I think it was Patrick, who brought. It was Joe Elliott that brought barbecue, right? Oh yeah, see. This is where I was meant to be.
It's so similar to Alberta, though.
Texas donuts. There you go. Now you're talking my language.
Okay, I just missed it.
So long as y'all could get a Tim Hortons down there, that would be amazing. Oh yeah, barbecue. And you know what? I'll don't let this go to your head. Steph makes great barbecue ribs. Like the best. So Steph will make ribs. And what do you make with ribs typically? You have mashed potato.
Yeah, and corn.
And corn and salad and all the other things that go with it. And I just can't. Can't eat nothing else but ribs. None of the other stuff matters. That's sacrilegious, Patrick. Saying barbecue is actually better in St. Louis. Although I've never been to St. Louis, so I have no opinion on that. But
Yeah,
you being from Texas, which is why he put ahead of the fact that he might get shot for this. But you being in Texas, you're not allowed to admit that.
Well, there's a reason why St. Louis ribs are called St. Louis ribs. They're famous.
Yeah, see, there you go. Might not be a messed up purchase order that got you here. You may have been delivered by Canada Post. See, I told you. Kane says you're out. These are not things you say when you live in Texas. Well, and everybody knows I am not originally from Texas, but I have now adopted that as my second home. Never, I didn't get to go when Ben and Ryan went. What were you guys down there for? ACS? Yeah, an ACS event in Texas. Oh, states?
State championship.
State championships. Very nice. So if you played in the ACS Texas State Championships, you would have met Ben Francis and at that point Ryan Epp.
Yeah, they were down there for a while.
Yeah.
Over a weekend.
Well, and they got treated to all kinds of Texas barbecue. Well, I didn't. A little saddened by that.
You would have hated it.
No,
The room would have been all like air conditions and stuff.
well, no, they would have hated it because it wouldn't have been air conditioned and stuff. Listen, Ben has shared a room with me on many, many occasions, and I'm pretty near sure that now if we ever travel, he wants his own room.
Yeah, because it's too hot.
It's not hot. There's no such thing as too hot. Is this another run from Larry?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, on a roll.
I'm gonna check it. Right after this
Lolin,
one here.
Lolin.
I think that puts Larry on the hill. I'm just gonna confirm the score here.
Snoring might be a factor. Only if I'm overly tired. If I'm exhausted, like I was when we were in Phoenix, if I'm overly tired, then yes, I will let out the odd occasional snore that happens to be rather loud. But I have to be overly tired to do that. Otherwise, I don't. I pretty much sleep like a dead rock. Right? Pet
Usually,
rock.
yeah.
That's how it is. And once I'm asleep, party on. Do what you want. Ain't gonna bother me none. Although I'm a fan of a lot of different places. Been to the Grand Canyon a couple times.
I have not.
Been over the Hoover Dam lots.
I have not.
The Painted Desert, the Navajo Reserve,
Nope.
Monument Valley, Mesa Verde. Been to a
Nope.
few spots.
I just saw the plane in 24D.
Well, let's be honest, Steph. When you travel, let's be honest. You don't travel well, and then when you get to wherever it is we happen to go, you need a day or a day and a half to kind of get your feet back under you.
Mm-hmm.
And then if and or when you ever do go to Vegas, you really don't venture out of your own hotel.
No.
You stay pretty much
I'm in the
in-house.
pool room so much that I don't want to. I'm too tired.
Listen,
too
you've never
lazy.
even been to Old Vegas. How many times you been to Vegas?
Lots.
How many times?
Lots.
What's lots?
I don't know.
5, 10, 20?
Maybe like 7-ish, 7, 8,
7 or 8 times?
something like that.
And in 7 or 8 times that you've been to Vegas, you've never went to Old Vegas once.
No. It's too hot.
Oh,
It's too hot and sticky.
you got no adventure in you.
Corey's gonna get another look at this table here. And on the hill.
Steph, James, believe it. Steph has never been to Fremont. Ever. That's pretty sad, to be honest. Right? And the fact that, I mean, you've not been to like the Grand Canyon, you've not been to Hoover Dam, you just don't go nowhere.
So I don't travel well.
Right. We discussed that right at the
Right.
start of
So
this
like
conversation.
if I don't have to get in a car and drive a couple hours somewhere, I probably won't. Because it's not enjoyable for me. Like once I get there I'm good. But the traveling part is like I get really motion sick. So that's my secret.
So Ben and I, when we were last in Vegas, when we did the ACS and then into VNEA, we had those 4 days off. We took a trip, made a drive to the Grand Canyon. Now, when we asked, and Ben I think can verify this, we went to the front desk and they said a 4-hour drive, right, Ben?
Something like that.
Right, 4 or 5 hour drive, shouldn't be too long.
Fucking 7 hours.
Yeah, they lied. It was 7 hours to get to the Grand Canyon,
Yeah, see, I'm not happy now.
right?
I'm not going.
Yeah. So a 7-hour drive to get there. We get there, and the sun's starting to go down. It's kind of cold, which I didn't like. So we kind of snapped a few pictures in the visitor center and overlooking the canyon. Got in the car and drove 7 hours back.
Yeah, see, that's not fun for me.
No, you would
You're
not
not-
have liked that.
You're not making it attractive.
No.
You should just stop talking.
I'm pretty sure that Ben would say it was worth seeing. Once he shoots this 8-ball, I'm going to ask him. What's that?
It was worth the drive.
It was worth the drive, wasn't it? So there you go.
Yeah, it's
And I
worth
know-
the drive for somebody
listen.
who doesn't get sick on the way.
I don't think you would. The roads were fairly good. There was one part that was a little dippy-doo and windy. But once you get there, you're going to look at a really big hole in the ground, which is kind of awesome.
I've seen it in pictures.
You've seen Vegas in pictures, so do I just
And
get
I-
to go
I
to
don't-
Vegas and send you a postcard?
I don't go to Vegas really either. I just go to the tournament.
Right?
I just go to the
Because
tournament.
that's kind of the same logic that you're using. Do I get to go then to like Mexico and St. Lucia and all the... I'll just send you a postcard. Same thing.
But I'm doing like 18 hours in the pool room. I don't want to go out after that. I just want to
Well, that's why, I said in between ACS and VNEA. But it's an American hole in the ground, so it is magnificent. Right? Not like the Canadian version that we have up here. Right? The closest thing we get to that is when they dig out a trench to build a house.
Yeah, see, Corey understands. Corey understands me.
Corey.
I will
what
at some
the-
point I will go see it. It's just just haven't had the opportunity. See, by the time I get to Vegas, it's like tournament the next day. I'm in the tournament room for like 18 hours a day from like beginning to end.
Because you choose to be. You don't have to be.
I want to be. I
You
want to be there with
choose to be.
my friends, and I sweat their matches, and I'm working and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's just I've never had the opportunity. I don't rent the car because that's just an expense I don't need to do.
Right, but you can jump in a cab and get there for $20.
You can drive for 7 hours for $20.
No, for going to Fremont.
Well,
I thought you were talking about Fremont.
I'm just talking about going out in general.
Oh. Cheap date, ladies and gentlemen.
I play pool and then I go to bed.
Yeah. Nice little shot from Mr. Francis there. And never been to the Grand Canyon.
See,
Come
and
on.
Polly gets me too. Thanks, Polly.
Our Grand Canyon got some heavy rain and became the Hudson Bay. I love it. Good call, sir. It's because we don't have a river running through ours. Just kind of filled up. Street with lights and more casinos.
I've done my fair share of walking around in Vegas. Like I've done the strip multiple times.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you do the very first time you go to Vegas. You've been 7 times. Right? I've been with you on a couple. And you can only walk the strip so many times. Then you got to find some other things to do.
Yeah, I just go to bed.
Oh, wow. You old.
I am old. I am old. I will eventually go. I will eventually go to all these places, I'm sure. Well, it's a nifty little oak for Ben here.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting closer.
Making it interesting.
Climbing back.
It's one of the things Ben, if you hear me, don't let this go to your head. It's one of the things I respect the most about that Ben Francis guy, is he never quits.
He's not quitting you, Larry.
Wow. How did that get into the basement? How did that just get into the basement? That's not allowed.
They say getting up and over that hill is the hardest game, though.
Yeah, Larry's
tough.
been in that spot a few times, so I'm sure
Larry's got some grind in him, too.
he's got some grind. No doubt about it.
Not a whole lot you can do when your opponent doesn't let you at the table, though.
No, that is definitely a true fact. Does he have the 5-9-7 or 5-13-7 combo to open? What's going on, Regis? How are you, buddy? Oh, and I think you sent me a message. Send you the rest of them. I'm attempting to do one a day or one every 2 days. I've got Steph working on getting the posters kind of redone in français.
En français.
Oh. I made the attempt. The attempt is what? It's the thought that
You
counts,
should
Steph.
send him that one that I did. Get him to proof it.
I will.
I'm missing the accent aigu.
The what?
I'm missing the accent on top of the E's. It's not in my... I would have to change the
You're the same as mine. Just hold the E down.
I tried it. Doesn't work.
Then your phone's broken. Somebody just ring the doorbell.
It's possible. I believe so.
That's a good ear for me to be able to hear the doorbell with a set of headphones on.
I more heard the dog barking.
I heard the ding dong, then the dog bark.
did you?
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna go
you might
check it.
want to go, yeah, do that. I got the pronunciations right, or Steph got the pronunciations right?
Trouble. Oh,
Whittle.
damn.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a Russ Whittle. It'll work. Whittle in the house, ladies and gentlemen. I think Ben's just saying he hit the wall on the backstroke on that shot. And still hit it good. Then what are you doing sitting down? Steph's better. Oh, no. No troubles. I made the attempt, though, right, Regis? Like, That's got to count for something. A for effort, I think.
Well, maybe we will see extra sets tonight.
We just might have some settage happening. CSL After Dark, perhaps. Well, we'll see whether Larry gets to close the door.
It's a tricky little out here.
It is very, very tricky.
Some congestion on the left.
Why isn't Whittle playing the CSL IPL? That is a good question. Russ Whittle, you have a question from one of your many, many fans on Q Sports Live who is asking why in the heck you are not playing in the CSL IPL. The league. Oh. He gave us the worst excuse ever in the history of mankind and said, "Oh, there's a pandemic on, so I'm busy." He's busy. Just busy. Standard PFO answer. He said maybe the next one, which means probably not the next one. I played Russ with Russ on a team for 3 years. I now understand the Russ Whittle language. If Russ says, yeah, maybe, you know, that's his nice way of saying, no, it's not going to happen.
That was a nice
That
little
was
shot
a
by Ben.
sporty little shot.
Very juicy.
A little short on shape, but it'll be no problem. Did you catch my double there? A little short on shape?
I believe we are 8-7, everyone.
8-7. It's getting hot here in the basement.
Clawing back.
Right? I'm going to so Steph wanted me to, so I've spent some good money on the bathroom downstairs here. Like, it's got a slate shower, no door, you know, it's a nice place. Steph wants me to blow it out to extend the room so that we can put in 2 tables.
No, I don't want 2 tables.
Oh, you want a 9-foot?
I think a 9-foot would be good.
I'm not going to destroy the bathroom.
Well, then extend this jut out.
Right. I'll just whip out a extra 100 large for that. Y'all, I need a loan. Anybody want to send a donation in for 100 large? Is Russ taking the winner? You know what? I'm not sure. I'm assuming they're going to wait and see what happens with this set and then see.
Corey, Ben is using a Jacoby Black. And Larry is using the 12-4 Revo. Kyle, the first set was Hill, and so they backed it and jacked it. The first set was originally for 50.
Where did you learn that terminology, young lady?
I'm hanging with the cool kids.
Backed it and jacked it. Who taught you?
Hanging with the cool kids.
Wow. Steph Grant and Ben. Naomi says hello. Where'd Ben go? Where'd he go?
He's in the washroom.
Oh. Well, hello, Naomi. How are you? I will take on Russ. You were here last night, Derek. Ben Francis. Naomi says hello. Naomi, Ben says hello. You do have a nice setup, Corey. I'll give you that. Yours is a nicer setup than mine.
I think he's got like a. I think Corey's got like a separate garage or something. It's like a separate building, is it not?
Corey's?
Yeah.
No, that's his basement.
Really?
Yeah,
That's massive.
it is a big basement. Yeah, it's an addition. I think. Naomi from VNEA Vegas. Indeed.
Oh, Naomi. Hi, Naomi.
Steph just finally picked up on it. Thanks for clarifying that,
Well,
Regis.
he
She was
just-
a little behind.
Just said from VNA Vegas, and now I know who Naomi is.
Which Naomi? It was done in your barn.
Yeah, see, like it's a separate building.
That's a separate building? I thought that was your basement. Well, then that's just cheating. There's no
Yeah, see, like-
cheating.
That's his setup is huge.
Yeah. Yes. Little break time. So why don't we do a shutdown restart? I think that's the best. We'll do a quick shutdown restart. It sounds like they're gonna go again. So, yeah, Larry's not allowed to quit now, right? So yeah, we're gonna do a quick shutdown restart. It sounds like they're gonna go at it again here. So we shall be back momentarily, guys. On behalf of myself, Steph Toy, the rest of the Q Sports Live team, thanks for tuning in, guys. We will be back in just a few minutes.